For players like Honkyu, you were 8 the last time your region made it to the quarterfinals. Now inspired, you
were
18,
8 years old. Honkyu was 8 years old when HQ made it to quarters. Holy moly, that's a crazy
championship. On the other side,
he was actually a little kid
who always seemed to struggle when it comes to the quarterfinals.
And 10 years later, he is 18 years old, and he is a part of this legacy run. Okay, this will be a legacy run for LCP to make top 8 and potentially top 4 if they can take down KT. Chad, I just hope that nobody chokes. That would be what I'm afraid of most if CFO chokes, because it's high expectations. You know, at first time tournament, they also didn't do that well. Okay, let's go, Chad. Draft is starting. Kiana, Sion, Aurora. What does not surprise me is that Sion is banned out away from CFO. Are the casters a little bit too loud? I think they're a little bit too loud, right? Compared to me. Azir, Oriana, Rai. So a lot of bans targeted at BDD here. They are choosing Wukong first pick, which is the strongest team fighting jungler in the meta. Answer to that is the last mid laner, high prior mid laner left, which is Aurora. And then also a team fighting jungler, Zinzao. Into this you can pick Rumble and Talia. And they will pick Rumble and Talia. And now I would like Galio. I don't think many top players play Galio though, but I love Galio from Driver. If you don't pick Galio, you might pick Cassante or Ornn. They know KT is a fraud, they only banning BDD champs. Actually true. And they do go with the Ornn instead of the Cassante or the... wait, why did I said Cassante, Ornn? I gave one more option. But anyways, this is very normal. This is a very standard drafting really. Now we go into 4-5. Now champions like Kai'Sa are very high priority. Oh yeah, I said Galio, right? But not many top players play Galio. I feel like Galio have just okay though. Galio doesn't really have a great setup with Zinzao. What is CFO looking for? Possibly Rel, possibly... I think Leona is too much AP, so I feel like CFO should look for Alistar. I just don't know if you're gonna pick Alistar against Talia. But I think Alistar is the most versatile here for CFO, and then they could last pick AD carry. Plus Alistar, in a way, the nice Sivir pick, because combo goes to Spell Shield. If you blind pick Alistar though, KT could go for Bard. Oh, they ban Alistar, wow, okay. What is this? Rel? I really don't like... Oh wait, Kaiwing is the guy who played Nami twice, right? So he's the Enchanter player. I like Karma way more than I like Nami. So if you want to go for that Caitlyn Karma lane or Ezreal Kalma lane, I think this is the game you could do so. I think both Ezreal and Caitlyn fit CFO draft. So I feel like if you pick Karma now, you are most likely looking for Ezreal on 4-5. And I also feel like the KT answer into this Crab and Corki. Now Corki is picked away instead. Chad, is not a Nami angle, okay, please. Please, Chad, please. Let's not... Chad, listen. Nami is useless. If you pick Nami into enemy comp, you will just die. You will just die. Ezreal as an answer into Corki. For me, the big question is if Peter picks Engage or if Peter picks Enchanter. You can pick both Enchanter and Engage. You can pick something like Karma for strong lane, or you can pick something like Bard even for adaptability. It's like decent lane, decent roam. Or you could just pick Rel or Leona. And I think Rel Leona feed KT comp so well because you have that setup. Braum? Okay, Braum I'm not convinced of. The reason why they go Braum is because Braum can cancel Ornult with his Unbreakable. That being said, Braum blind pick is a little bit iffy. I think Kaiwing should go Karma here. I think Kaiwing should do 100% Karma into Wukong and Rumble. Karma is the best Enchanter support. I like Karma more than I like Renata. Yuumi is okay. Yuumi is actually okay. And ironically, Yuumi is okay, but I still like Karma more.
CFO now looking towards their support. That counter pick for Kaiwing and Nami. So before this year, if I ever played Nami, I would have said nah.
Why?
From this year, like
no, it's not good. Stop saying it. Nami is not a good champion. Stop. I predict KT to win this game. I'm gonna open the prediction right now. I predict KT to destroy this game. Okay. Let me be logical and not emotional for 1 second. Nami ult gets cancelled by Braum. Nami wins lane a little bit against... Okay, Nami wins lane against Braum. These are facts. She does win lane. But she can't really teamfight well into Rumble. I guess she can teamfight into Wukong, okay, but if Wukong ever gets on her, she's just dead. Like, why would you pick Nami instead of Karma? It's just, like, no, chat. Just a big no. You know what Nami is? You know, in Europe, we cannot. You know, in Europe we have this law that when you make a plastic bottle, right? The cap of the plastic bottle cannot fully come off the bottle itself, right? It's used as an annoying, and nobody wants it, and it doesn't actually protect the environment at all. They don't have it in Asia and America.
It was just across the board.
That's Nami.
Doggo was fantastic.
She is useless, not needed, and won't make a difference, and nobody wants her.
Maybe in trouble here as we move through.
Besides the few, just like me. No, not just like you. You are loved, okay? I love you. Oh wow, Nami is losing push to Braum. What a useful enchanter! Holy shit! Oh, she has that Salmon Airy and that Ebon Flow. She can throw water at her Corki and it's gonna heal him with 30 HP. Wow, she is so useful. I don't hate Nami in solo queue. I hate Nami in pro play. In this draft specifically. Because Karma is better. I'm not, chat, I am not emotional. I'm logical. And Nami is logically dog shit, okay? In this draft.
Symmetry with 2017 Worlds. You know, you have team.
Don't tell me that. That was a terrible.
It was because Arden senses. We see a Skullcrab fight. Peter putting the unbreakable down.
Wait, Peter flashed in. Oh my god, Peter is dead, but it's I think it's worth for KT though, because Ezreal is gonna clean up. Ezreal has too many passive stacks. He's unplayable. Peter! What a shot, man! He literally flashed onto that Skullcrab, knowing that KT is gonna win the fight. And you know why they know KT is gonna win the fight? Because Ezreal has a lot of attack speed and Braum has a stun. You know what Nami has? I mean, Corki is far away. KT is trolling by not going. Okay, they're going now. Let's go. Junja ult.
From Junja, he looks for the re-engage. Second grub secured there. It's CFO.
Junja didn't lose any HP, but he has no ult now. Oh my god, he paid for his death. Look at Nami, look at Nami, look at Nami.
Doggo so late to this battle.
Okay, Kaz is gonna flash out. Oh my god, man, they're getting so cooked. Wait, Peter messed up his a little bit. Remember that all of this is happening when Kaz got the second gap. Oh, Dog Dam! What the fuck, BDD? What was that W? Bro. What is going on? What are these skill shots? What are these abilities?
Hongyu dodges away, and in the end,
Bro, all of this fight was so long that Junja managed to die, respawn, and come back. And you're stupid and you're clueless, okay? Because Junja can't take any fights because of support gap.
CFO, it's spectator sport at the moment as the flash comes in with the Winter's bite.
Oh! Holy shit, 5v4! But Junja is taking so much damage.
CFO trying to respond, but Doggo and Kaiwing.
And that's an easy double for the monkey.
Again, he's pushing on that bot side, has the TP advantage. If no one's going to answer, they're just going to get the tower.
And I think that's where CFO needed to pull the trigger faster. Now it's Driver who might get caught.
A little bit, uses the bell as well, gets the knock up onto the Braum. Acroprism coming across, Unbreakable down, Doggo Valkyrie in, as Driver's forced to flash away, and KT with a TP.
Bro, they are winning 5v4. I mean, Honky, I guess, and BD are both not here, but Doggo is dead. Doggo's cooked. Look at Kaiwing, man, he's almost one-shot. He's dead already as well. Honkyu is cleaning up though. Maybe he got one. Honkyu, one more Q. Honkyu! Holy shit! He did smurf it a little. He actually got Bob, Ezreal, and Wukong. That was sick. They have no ults now, so this fight is a little bit better for CFO, right? Because poke matters more when there is no ults. Look at Talia though. Talia is flanking Peter. Oh shit! BDD is collapsing on them. Junja is caught. Junja almost stunned. Wait, the plant! Okay, the smite goes to Junja! Junja gets it! Junja gets it! But he's dead for it. Oh, he flashes out. Holy shit! Junja! You see that Rumble? Perfect is cooking these fools! Holy! That Rumble ult was insane! Now imagine it was a Karma with a Mantra Shield and a Redemption, and the Rumble ult wouldn't stick. But now the Rumble ult sticks.
Yeah, I mean, KT ultimates from Perfect and Cuz, so they didn't want to hard commit to a fight prior to that. A great smite steal from Junja does save that from being a complete
disaster. Under the tower, Doggo falls first, turret falling low.
Ezreal was tanking, so he just dies. They're diving tier 2 tower, Ezreal tanking. I just no way, man. But you have to ult them, Driver.
But definitely this is a team that will find them, but I think they're getting caught.
Man, this frontline Braum, I'm loving it. Glacial Fisher onto two.
Nami! Oh, Nami got caught! But my chat was so sure it's a good champion! Ah, but how come in 21 minutes they lost the game?
In there. He said, we don't have a gauge.
Nami ult gets blocked by Braum shield, but Nami ult has a 2-minute cooldown and Braum shield has like a 10-second cooldown.
Man knows his role. They are snowballing. He's just gonna throw himself in your face.
Unfortunate.
And if you don't respond,
especially as an Ezreal who, although he is at 3 items, doesn't have that huge crit chance, doesn't have a huge amount of damage as they find the pick him onto Peter. Tidal wave down.
No way. Okay, he's dead. Bro, no, I was thinking to myself, no way Braum doesn't freaking die there, right? Like 1v5. Oh, they're TPing. This could be a comeback, but look at Honku, he's so low. Junja is stalled out. Junja gets flashed on, Kaz kills him. And now it's a 4v4 suddenly. With Honku being very low and them having no ults. Doggo! Doggo! Doggo is crazy! Doggo is a madman! Doggo is an absolute giga chad! But I don't think they have done to kill BD and Kaz. Bro, Doggo just fucking flashed W into Ezreal's face. Like, holy shit, man.
Peter gets caught over the wall, and they do not hesitate.
Oh my god, the bubble.
Instantly goes in. They are able to knock
I think he dies to Aurora Q.
KT is saying,
and then they just keep going. This is a good engage. Thing is that look how much damage Kaz does in this fight, right? Junja is going to insta-flash him by Kaz.
And it works out so well because it's Doggo that you keep your eyes on here.
Look at Doggo, bro. He like flashes, he dashes into Rumble Ezreal and flashes in, dodging skill shots and one-shot this Ezreal. Holy chad.
And there's some big shots.
So he can get
KT is zoning them completely, matching. If CFO goes bot side, KT zones them bot side. If CFO goes mid, they zone them mid. How hard it is to walk into KT. Ezreal Q, Ezreal ult, BDD Q, perfect ER. Look, Junja and BDD are doing Dragon, but the whole KT team zoning them. Junja is now trying to enter. The ult from Rumble is doing a lot, and the Dragon's already secured, and now the fight is starting. I feel like CFO is overcommitted, guys. I don't think it's playable. Actually, perfect is dead. Wait, maybe. Kaz is soaking so much damage. 1-for-1 so far, Junja. Oh, BDD with the flying. They have nowhere to run, guys. They're getting collapsed on. What do you do? Doggo. BDD, Kaz is going in. BDD. Wow, BDD is kiting so well.
KT split the fight, fine 5 in the end.
Could be their fight,
I'd say that what KT did well is that they were zoning them first here, then here, then here, then here, and then here. They had 5 different positions. They took this line and they said, fuck you, you are not passing. They did the Gandalf against Balrog movement. And as soon as CFO was trying to pass, they are getting so poked. Look at them. They took so much time to enter because of how impossible it is to enter. And even when they start entering, they lose half HP just for being able to walk in there. And remember, if they walk in any quicker, they will drop more waves. They will give up mid wave, they will give up top wave, they will give up bot wave, they will get more poked. So I think KT setup was flawless here. It was so well played.
From Peter putting so much threat onto Honku and Doggo that bought the time KT needed to work through Driver, work through that front line. And then yes, to sync up with it. Maybe they want to wait for the next wave, but like that's 30 seconds.
On is going. Okay, the knockup, the double knockup. Look, BDD. BDD is dead, BDD is dead, BDD is dead. But look at Kaz! Look at Kaz in the backline. Kaiwink and Doggo both got melted. Dog and Peter untouched as well. I mean, that was... Listen, if that was not with 12k gold lead and Baron and Attacker, so they will have a really good play.
You'll miss it. KT jump onto the back line and they immediately turn towards the Nexus.
On Q, he's hopping around, but there's not really much he
32-minute game.
From KT, Cuz gives him a love tap as
there's actually 37 kills in this one, so it was quite a bloody one as well.
In this quarterfinal.
Not bad.
It's a great start here for KT. First win on the board.
Not bad, no?
1 out of 3 down to try to make it where they've never been before, the World Semifinals.
I actually think CFO played well. They stole that dragon, which was a really big one. I think that dragon stole the game by another 5 minutes because they couldn't play Sol. Like, I think there's a lot of good plays that they made that actually made sense, right? Stealing this dragon was super important because they denied Sol for X. Like, that just gives you 5 minutes of time, right? 5 minutes of time allows you to stall after the Nash is up. But imagine that this would go here. Then they would already have Sol at 20, like what, 6 minutes. Even earlier, because this dragon is already spawning 1 minute. So they have had the Sol before. But I just want you to pay close attention, chat, at the Gandalf versus Balrog play, okay? Just look at how they set up. Rumble pushed out top side. He pushes this 50-50 wave. BDD, KT, Kaz, and Peter base for wards. They already have wards. Look at their map. They already have like this pink wards of vision. They already have vision here. But even through all of that vision, they don't care. They know how important wards are. So they base again. Peter now has 4 wards in the inventory. And now look what happens. CFO wants to retake through mid, but they need to get the mid wave first because BDD already got because KT already got the mid wave. But BDD already got the bot wave, so they also need to catch the bot wave. So they get rid of this mid wave. And now they're like, okay, what do we do? How do we enter, right? Guys, I don't think we can enter through mid because they have a lot of poke and range, so we shouldn't go through here, right? So let's go through here. Let's go through jungle. That's what they decide on doing. So let's see what happens now. Now KT is here. Now KT, you cannot enter through here. This is an X. You cannot enter through here. This is an X. What do you do next? You want to enter through here, right? You want to enter through here. These are the 2 next waves you can enter. So what happens now? Kaz is zoning them. Kaz is standing here. Dogdam is getting the mid wave. BDD is zoning driver. Kaz is tagging this pink one. It's beautiful. The setup is so fucking beautiful. And now CFO is like, okay, we cannot enter here. We cannot enter here. We cannot enter here. Let's go through here. Right? This is the next step. This is where they have to go now. Let's enter through bot side. This is the only place we can go now. They can't. They can't enter here. They cannot enter. You shall not pass, motherfuckers. They can't enter. It's not possible. They can't enter. They can't enter. They just can't enter. They can't. How to play? How to play? They can't enter here. They cannot enter here. They cannot enter here. They cannot enter here. They cannot enter here. Where can they go? Where can they go? Where to go? KT is just zoning them so well. So well. It's just so insane. Look at KT position. They literally went all the way from this angle to this to now zoning them here. And they can't enter. They cannot enter. The only space that I see that they can enter from is here. This space exists. This is the only space that exists for them. And this is why they are going to bot side. And this is why, because this is a big space. This is a really big one. And also Kaz is actually starting a dragon. So partially the reason why they can enter, because imagine Kaz is right here. Then they cannot enter. But Kaz is here, so they can enter. Still, they can enter through here and through here. But if they enter, they will lose so much HP. So it's still a really, like, it's really impossible to go. KT has such a tight wall of space that they built, that they just zone CFO out of. It's so impossible to, if you play against a good macro team, if you are in this situation, you want to FF. You are literally looking at your team and you think to yourself, how the fuck do we walk in? We can't walk in. Enemy team has a Talia. Enemy team has a Ezreal. Enemy has a Rumble. And they are all doing so much damage. They just can't enter. They just cannot enter. Franar, appreciate. Thank you for the tier 1 so much. And look, they are trying to enter. But look, they are trying to enter, but there's a big Rumble ult here. There is a big Brom ult here. So how do you enter? This whole space is blocked by 2 ults. Brom ult, B plus R equals death X. How to play? How to play? So now, they did use tools to zone them, they did use tools to secure the dragon, but CFO is still pushing through, right? But they are now getting flanked by Rumble. They are now getting flanked by Rumble. They are now getting turned on by Cass. And look, Dogdam and BDD, they are safely. They are feeling like in their mother's womb. Dogdam and BDD are feeling like in their mother's womb. They are so safe. Nobody can touch them. Nobody can hurt them. They are feeling so good. They are chilling. And now they can just go fuck the enemy up. Literally flawless. And now they're just getting run down. And even though the fight doesn't style all that amazing, because Perfect overcommits a little bit and you know, like, just goes too quickly, he should have waited a little bit more. KT is gonna ace this fight because you cannot run away. And you try to enter a space you couldn't enter.
That threaded volley, CFO being shepherded down towards
Can you make it more
Ginger
simple?
looking for the engage, Doggo dived on, pops the barrier, but then it's put in the dirt, the dive as well from BDD.
Okay, can I make it more simple? It's like chess. Okay, I don't play chess. It's basically, if these 5 champions have control, and these 5 champions have to enter, and these 5 champions will create a big line that these 5 champions cannot pass through, it's fucked. Do you understand now? Is this more simple? League of Legends is complicated, but it's very easy.
So far,
Or
he's
first
played,
pick Azir and trade it.
which is gone.
So I don't think that there's gonna be that many mid bans as we had last game. I think CFO should probably ban one mid laner though.
They for now ban Yunara and Poppy to make the trade a little bit better for them. There is an Alistar ban and a Kiana ban. And what is open? Trundle is open. Trundle and Sion interaction is still open. And then there's also the Orianna Azir trade. Okay, they ban Ambessa, I think, for a Sion first pick, but I don't like that chat. I do not like it. Because, okay, the logic CFO has right now is, guys, we are gonna first pick Sion and trade Orianna Azir, and we will get a front line with a really great mage. But now KT can just either ban Sion and trade mid laners, or KT can just pick Trundle into Sion and they're gonna be chilling.
The Sion on the opposite side. We're happy to take either the Ori
Oh, they ban
the
Sion,
next
okay,
one,
I
but there's
see.
the Sion, so it doesn't really matter. I think still,
Chad, look at
Azir
me.
for me has been the
Chad,
more
stop it.
impactful one in a lot of these situations, but we'll have to see if that's what CFO were thinking as
I'm
well.
your general,
It looks
and
like
I
they
don't
will.
allow you your gun sessions right now, do you understand? Don't look at the girls. Proof, I think KT is winning these drafts, guys. I cannot think of Junja champion. Like, Junja should play something like, I mean, he could play Trundle, but it's not even good in this game. Yeah, like, this is bad. And then you pick what, Cassante?
They have good early games, you know you can kind of negate some of CFO's
Or do you
power.
pick Nico? Cassante, Nico, or maybe... Bro, but this is so dog shit! Anyways, going back to what I said, I don't like this, guys, because we are playing... Okay, the next one makes the draft better for CFO. I'm ironically not even joking. Low mobility into Jarvan, like low mobility jungle into Jarvan, he can just cage you. I mean, is it that bad? I mean, it's not that bad. I think the Cassante makes it better. I mean, see, like, whenever I look at this and I think to myself, yeah, okay, one team has Cassante, the other has to the Necton. I think it's fine. I actually think CFO is fine in this draft. They really like a tank support, though. Tank support against tank support. They should ban Rakan now. I think Rakan is the best for KT. I think they should ban Rakan. I think Lucian doesn't matter, Ben. Nobody is gonna pick Lucian with no Braum in the game. Like, Braum Nami literally eliminated between Lucian and Smash. I think you should ban Rakan. I think not banning Rakan is a huge mistake. I think Rakan is by far the best support for KT. I like Wait, Dogon Aphelios? I'd love to see that. We didn't have a lot of Aphelios at worst. I think that's first Aphelios pick. It's gonna be like Kai'Sa, Rakan, or Kai'Sa now. No, it's not gonna be Kai'Sa Rel, Kai'Sa Rakan, maybe Leona because of Orianna in the game. But I think Rakan is just... I believe that Rakan is best because Rakan is just really good for KT. So I think you should pick Rakan to deny it. And now KT is forced to pick Rel, or they could also pick Rel, Leona, or Naut. But all of the Rel, Leona, Naut are bad into Trundle, and they are not great into Rakan. So I feel like if Peter wants to be creative, he could play something like Renata Glass. But I don't think Renata is really amazing here. And Bard is banned, so you cannot pick Bard. Alistar is banned, you cannot pick Alistar. You know what I mean? There's no good pick for Peter. That's why I felt like Rakan on 4 was so good, but it also makes sense that you want to pick Seaweed on 4 because the champ has so much value into frontline champs, and you don't really want to give it away. Jarvan is running attack speed instead of CDR. That's not super common. You get a little bit better clear, but in teamfights you are worse. I don't know if Kaz forgot to change rune or if he just chose to not play CDR. Normally Jarvan plays CDR, legend. Also, it seems like CFO should lane sub level 1, right? Because they have Renekton against Cassandra, so Kai'Sa going top lane and... But Kai'Sa against Renekton! I mean, definitely first 3 levels, Kai'Sa is gonna win. But I feel like Renekton can actually trade Kai'Sa after level 3.
And have a flash to try and escape, so it does open up Kuz, at least for the next 5 minutes to try and make some
now there's a counter into Rakan. Because Rakan is slippery and now it can lock him down. Q, auto R, and Rakan may get one shot. So normally now this uses a counter pick into Rakan when you want to pick a tank support. That being said, you are playing Naud against Trundle, so it's a really hard game for Naud. Overall, it's a really hard game for KT. Trundle and Cassandra and Azir all have so much value. Just their early game is hard. CFO has really hard early game this game. Really hard early game. Because they lose bot lane, they lose top lane, they lose mid lane, they lose jungle. They don't actually lose jungle one-on-one, but they lose gank.
You have to just be that little bit
Oh
cautious,
no,
especially
man.
with Peter walking his way up.
Oh my god, that's why they...
Bro,
imagine Hongyu is winning, but he's getting... Hongyu is sub...
Peter! There's not going to be enough damage from Hongyu. Still able to finish away.
What the hell?
Between the North and the Azir.
Bro, Peter is playing like a fucking chad. Oh my god. Last game.
BDD's gonna just to kill Kaiwing. Flash here wasn't enough. That's really well done from KT. Hongyu perhaps a little
What is going on?
They thought
What is going on?
with Kaiwing matching the role, but
Hongyu is getting
bit too late. And BDD
gank from everybody, man.
Blood.
Okay, now he has E, so now...
Oh, Cuz flash. Oh, flag drag from Cuz just wide.
the
Hook
minion.
lands onto a minion.
Bro, how do you think Hongyu feels right now? How do you actually... Bro, they are bullying a kid! They're actually bullying a freaking kid, man! He's just a kid!
It's just a treat.
Great hook.
Okay, they're
Again
trying to
onto
kill
Junja. He's
Junja.
going to put the subjugate down, flash forward from Perfect. Death charge onto Hongyu as well, but Junja already put in the dirt. The Troll King is down. West trying to collapse, but CFO
KT is playing really good early game. They are very decisive. I like how they play so far.
Doggo's moving across, but actually looks
And
like
that's it, they're
happy
happy.
enough
They
just
see
taking
Kai'Sa
the
mid
two.
lane, they
They'll
know
let
that they're
this card
4v4,
reset.
they know they have no ults
Cuz can just
anymore,
wait
they use
around.
Jarvan,
Okay,
Renekton
Mike's
and
gonna come back
Orianna
up in a
and
couple of
Peter
seconds
ult, right?
time.
They lock down the
KT will get
Troll
the
King.
third.
Yeah, the longer
They back
CFO
off, Sivir
contest
gets to
here, the
push
more
bot
they're losing on
and
that bottom
base.
side. That's a
If you are a laner in this game, you are feeling in low.
Tanky later on. There's the Empress Divide onto
Oh,
BDD.
wow, a
Will
really good
flash
pillar.
after the pillar. And that is a summoner down.
Finally,
for the
BDD
KT
making a
mid.
mistake
And
getting
something that
punished
could
for
be
it.
exploitable.
Next time
45
Hongyu has ult, they
seconds
can
until
kill
the dragon.
Orianna.
You could end up looking for him, especially with someone like Kaiwing.
Oh
But there
no.
we go.
Oh my god! Wait, but Kaiwing, no!
Because he's sending Hongyu to Nepal.
But Hongyu thought they made a good play for one time and instantly Peter says no.
And it's Peter that are making
Holy
things happen
shit.
for KT.
I agree. I mean, he's just being so proactive here, and now
Bro,
you knocked the mid laner down. Kaiwing's
Hongyu.
been
Okay, Doggo's gonna
Cuz is behind
outrun ult
Doggo.
out if he has to.
Doggo, is your bark worse than your bite? It seems like it
that?
flashes away.
Oh, wait, Doggo.
Able to survive.
Hongyu TP's bot.
KT, I mean, they back
Do you think Hongyu TP's bot because he was trying to protect Doggo? No. Hongyu TP's bot because he said, I'm not going mid anymore. They're only going mid. It's unplayable. I'm gonna go bot now. Doggo, if you want, you can go mid open. GG.
He starts up the red there. Hook and Ginger in the jungle sent to an early grave. A fourth for KT. They rule
bro,
the red.
I mean, this
KT
is just
is
the
playing
vision
so
playing off of that.
freaking
They have
good
been
though.
controlled.
Charge here.
No,
Exactly, he's just gonna run it down. He's gonna get stopped. You just flag it.
Flag comes out. Peter will have another hook. He's just standing there. He's like, what are you going to do, Hongyu? Death charge down. They'll look for the engage. A cataclysm alongside BDD. Enough. It's a shellacking for KT. They're shucking these oysters everywhere on the map.
It's
Bullying!
picture perfect, but it's an
It's
ugly
actually
picture
bullying.
if you're a CFO
What the
fan
fuck?
because KT are making game. This play with BDD.
Bro, I don't know what Hongyu
constantly
did
going
to them,
towards
if he
mid lane,
stole their
getting involved
fucking
with him,
breakfast or something,
unlocking their
but
player
oh
here
my
to move around
god.
the map.
But Perfect might lose this.
Pillar coming out. There's a killer instinct
No
as well
ult.
with the quickness. Everything invested. Perfect.
Hey, do you
falls, the
realize that
shot down
Perfect
to
didn't
Doggo.
ult because he knew he's dead no matter
For
what, so he
CFO
saved
and
his
a
ult for
small
Dragon in 1
of
minute?
life
That's kind
into
of...
this game.
Well, that's kind of...
Perfect. Not going
you
to
know,
be able
he
to get away
did
with
die,
that
but
one.
he
We'll see
did,
what
like,
they can
think
get
about
off the
his
back
death.
of it here.
This is on his way across on the hunt, popped by Takedown as they look for the chase. Depth charge on Hongyu. Everyone's got dodged by the cataclysm. Hongyu, not even redemption. in time. CFO lose their mid laner and now might lose the rest as they get chased
I think I have a deja vu or something. Wait, maybe it's playable, like Renekton is not here.
The redemption for KT
Nah,
will
not
top
really.
them up, and in the end, they just back away.
CFO are asking, why are KT better? And it's just cuz.
Wait, who are they
Yeah, I mean,
chasing?
some of the teams that weren't giving them respect have already been sent home. Peter's looking for another play.
Depth charge down onto Ginger. The pillar does not really going to stop anyone.
By the way,
getting in,
how
but a good
is
quickness
TPing
out
and
from
Doggo's
Kaiwing
nah.
distracts the rest of KT. Kaiwing
Kaiwing
trying to dash
is dead.
back, but he's taken out by Takedown. One down so far.
This is gonna be
KT
at...
can advance.
Wait,
Oh,
Honkyu?
great hook again.
Wait, how did he
Peter,
find
where
himself
are
there?
you? He
Nah,
constantly
man,
finds the
CFO is
picks,
mentally
and now
dead.
CFO picked
Mentally,
apart
this
by
is
this
Jover,
perfect
man.
Nautilus. Perfect
This is
diving in
Jover.
for Ruthless Predator. The Rift Herald charge coming down. Will they look?
He's
for a
wow.
tier
It makes me
three?
look.
Cuz
It
begins
makes
to
me feel so
disengage,
sad for
but they'll
him.
just get the charge in. And
Atakan
then Peter
is
should be
alive
able
as
to
well. They
dredge
can
line his
get
way away.
Atakan.
And they can even go right back to the Otacon that's about to spawn
0-5.
here if they really want to. Because why not? Honkyu has no teleport and he's still dead.
He goes for it again. Rest steps in front of the
Oh
boat.
wait, they're fine. Oh wait, this could be bad by KT. This could be a throw. Perfect is dead. This could be a little bit of a throw. Doggo is dancing. Doggo actually takes down Dogdam. And look at
That's perfect, and BDD still alive. Not much mana on BDD though.
Honkyu is coming back.
Kill off Kaiwing.
Honkyu is tickling them.
But Honkyu doesn't have the damage. Only
Honkyu
an
is
ashes and a
literally
faded
tickling them.
ashes at the
But this
Otacon.
could be a if
Being
Junja
begun
can
by
steal it.
KT, CFO still looking for it. They have the Emperor's Divide if they can find a way into this fight, but Honkyu goes
Wait.
in, BDD pops a stopwatch.
Okay, they got it.
Kaiwing with a
Honkyu
good
was
quickness, finds two
insecting
with a
somebody, but he
knockup,
failed.
CFO now need to disengage.
Now Dogdam is
All their
chasing.
engage tools have been
Kaz
used.
goes
Kaz
in.
diving onto that back
Actually,
line.
Kaz got locked down.
Taken
Kaz is
out by
already dead.
Dogdam
Maybe this is
as well.
playable.
But this dog who
Nah,
let
there's
him
too much
out
damage. It's
perfect
actually just too much damage.
shows him where the cage is at. Puts him back to the fountain. Only Honkyu left alive. As perfect BDD, Dogdam and Peter collapse.
I swear
It's an
this would be a
ace for
FF.
KT.
If they could have FF, they'd have FF.
There is no
If they could have FF, chat, they'd have FF.
taking everything.
This
on
is
this
so
map.
lost,
And
man.
CFO
Drake how low 7k. Kaiwing flashes
Oh
for BDD.
no, they
lands the
failed. They failed.
quickness and the
BDD is
grand
alive.
entrance, but with a flash away from
They
BDD,
failed,
perfect
guys.
dives
That
in,
disengage
and the
happened.
chase
Junja
goes
is
in
dead.
from Kaz.
Honkyu
Kaz
flashes
goes to the
in
back
and
line,
gets
Emperor's Divide
Dogdam, and
from
Dogdam
Honkyu.
Dogdam
KT
spell
going
blocks
up, they feed
Cassante
it
ult,
out
and
with the
Doggo is
redemption. They
dead.
are topped up to
Wait, can they end the
power.
game out
For
of
a
this, you
moment, CFO looked like they may have found the fight, but
Can
the
they end?
wallets are
Probably not,
too
no.
damn heavy. KT
I think the death timers are
find
too-
the 5-0 ace and will
Actually,
walk
maybe they
it
do have
down
grabs.
mid.
Maybe they can end.
CFO posed the question, but BDD had the answer as he has
Yeah, I think it's
every
GG
single
chat.
time this game.
Wait, no, please don't
100%
end.
KP for BDD 6-0
Bro,
and 15
no, the
on
fastest game at
Orianna,
Worlds.
as
I
they're looking
predicted
for one of the
HLE.
fastest games at
No,
Worlds.
Sub
no,
25 minute, the prize for them. This roller coaster keeps on
no, my
ratcheting up.
PKMs, my
KT in
PKMs,
dominant fashion
My
are gonna make it
PKMs.
2-0.
my PKMs are about to get
Looks
cooked.
at BDD, but the hearts were won by Peter. KT one game away from the promised land.
No, man, my PKMs.
again. Control
KT
from
just
start to
cooked
finish.
my PKMs.
Desk.
Fuck.
Answer of it.
You know, at the
The
very
timing was
beginning
close at the
of
very level
game.
2. Okay,
This is
sure.
before the 7 deaths that ended up happening
Nah,
to
Peter has
Honkyu.
played this
The
game
very
very well.
first
But
is
okay, you
opened
know
up
what the
for
mistake
Peter's
is here,
roam to
chat?
bottom lane.
The
level
mistake is
2
here.
roam.
I'm just gonna, you know, do it myself here so we can skip the casters. Look, chat, the problem is that right now Peter is gonna move to mid lane, right? And he trades his flash for Azir flash. This is not even that bad. But you can see that the wave is pushing into BDD. So Honkyu still needs to push it out before he bases. Otherwise, he's gonna lose too much experience in the early game. And look, Kaiwing is moving. Look at Kaiwing. He's coming. Kaiwing is coming. So if Honkyu just waits the next 10 seconds, I think Kaiwing can arrive. And then they can push out. Problem is, look at Kaiwing, he's almost there. He's almost there. One second is the difference between winning and losing the game. If Kaiwing is here, he's gonna use his heal to save Honkyu. He's gonna knock up BDD, BDD is gonna die. 1 second. 1 second of time. 1 second of time. That's how long you can last in bed, chat, and this is also how long Honkyu had to wait, but he didn't. I mean, you can blame CFO drafts, but you can't change the fact that they could survive this, you know? If they play it perfectly, okay, you can never really play things perfectly, right? Playing things perfectly is really wishful thinking. Like, you can never really assume that somebody is gonna play things perfectly. Jam is gonna get level 6 after this dragon. After this dragon, the game seems somewhat playable. Now Jam is level 6, and then they just keep laning. Like, look, BDD pulls this wave, you see? He pulls the wave, and he positions the ball between him and between Honkyu. This is the ball here. So now if Honkyu wants to walk up, he has to take HP trade. But he doesn't know where now he's mid lane. And he also doesn't know exactly where Jarvan is. So every single time Honkyu is walking up to the wave, he's risking getting killed. And he has no flash yet for like maybe like 5 seconds. So he's probably waiting for that. But either way, look, he's gonna walk up. He's probably calling Kaiwing to help him. So Kaiwing is gonna come to help him. Because, you know, the mid is so lost, right? But look, Peter is gonna do the same thing. Peter is just watching Kaiwing, and they lose to V2 because of the lead that KT built for him already. They are trying to unfreeze, but it's just so rough. It's just so rough. Honkyu gets the cannon, and they're just laning to V2. Peter being ahead in XP, BDD being ahead in XP. KT hard winning to V2. I feel like the only good play that happened is the play where... I mean, now Junja dies, right? They lose this fight. And then within the next, I think, 1 minute, or is it less? Honkyu gets that, like, one gank in the mid lane. Like, I think the next play, Chandler's gonna go mid. And Junja, and yeah, this was a good play, right? This play equals the next time they go mid lane, they can kill BDD because Honkyu has flash. So if Honkyu now respects the Orianna ult, this is playable. But Honkyu, unfortunately, doesn't respect the Orianna ult. He gets ulted, and Peter flashes on him. And Honkyu dies again. And it's just unplayable. Like, it's just unplayable, man. But again, like, I want to just highlight how well KT played. Because KT made Honkyu game unplayable. Chat, if you were a mid laner in this game, I assure you, you would be flaming your team, chat. You would be really flaming your team. And that's what, I mean, you would definitely, you would be flaming your team, you'd be complaining about your team, you would not be happy.
Like
so KT is now blue side, CFO went back to red side, they value counter pick more than they value the first pick. Rise band, Viband, there is no priority mid laners left, maybe Galio, maybe Akali. Poppy is open.
Do whatever you can think
this could be a Sion first pick now.
Win this series if you can't really
I mean, okay, so CFO either they open Sion and they will just play into it, or they ban Sion. There's also Ambessa up, right? So KT could play Ambessa instead of Sion, but I think KT should just pick Sion. And even if CFO picks Ambessa into it, it's fine. Yeah, bro, this is a Sion first pick, bro. And this CFO even banned Ambessa for the Sion first pick, no? Oh my god.
Thing I've ever heard of, as we see the Ambessa banned away by CFO in an immediate.
Well, this draft is already lost.
Sion is up, and I feel like you have got to have some sort of a plan.
I don't know how do you kill this bastard.
Of Cho'Gath as a potential
yeah,
answer. Ward has been the answer of the
you can pick Mordekaiser and hope for the best, but
that, or even if you want to go crazy,
I don't know about that one.
For whatever you think is the best counter.
Mordekaiser is a champion that people at Worlds play into Sion. You can ult him in team fights. If you Mordekaiser ult Sion, okay, Rek'Sai. I guess this is like a more common counter pick, right? But people pick Rek'Sai for the lane bullying. But technically, KT can lane sub level 1. It doesn't even matter what the bot matchup is gonna be. KT can already look for a lane sub level 1 and just send AD carry top into Rek'Sai and send Sion bot as a weak side. They go Alistar. I think Alistar is one of the strongest supports left. And Ziggs into Caitlyn, that's for sure 100% Ziggs bot lane. That also means BDD might pick AD champion later on in the draft. He could play Yone, Yasuo, he could play Tristana. Now both teams lack mid laners and junglers.
Honestly, I think opening up like an AD mid laner for BDD.
I wonder if KT cares about Sylas, considering that they have Alistar in the team. BDD might be picking stuff like Akali. I'd love to see BDD on Akali and then Kaz on something AD focused. The no-brain game for champions, Skarner, good tankiness, good HP, good engage. I feel like this could be an even Ivern Tristana or Sejuani Tristana. Zoe? Bro, BDD played it! Oh my god, that was crazy! Ah! Holy shit, the Zoe! Sleeper bubble! Sleeper bubble!
If you want to play against your icon, and he picks at the Zoe, Honku, what have you got? You've been
Diego
watching
is
this
amazing
man
as well.
for
I like
years,
it.
and now
I
it's his
like
signature
that.
pick that you have to find a win over.
Zoe
This is just the
and
goat
Diego in
Zoe,
the same
like,
team.
and there's
I
so
love
much
it.
poke.
I
will
actually
say,
love it.
get to
Okay,
pilot.
chat.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
this
being
is
said,
gonna
if
be
you are
a
first in
scene.
the
Like this
objective
draft
as
from KT
trying
is going
to
to be
walk in
entertaining.
through Ziggs
Will
poke
they win
and
the
Zoe
game?
poke is going to be an absolute nightmare.
Probably.
And CFO at the end of the day,
Will they
kinda
entertain us?
just went with,
Definitely.
like,
This is
double
such a
meatballs and some
constant draft to
scaling
play
carries,
against.
and
You get
they're going
bombed from
pretty
so far. It's
standard
like
here.
artillery
I
draft.
feel that
You are
we-
getting
actually,
bombed,
I'm not
and then there's
100%
this
sure on it, but I'm
massive
pretty sure KT played this
fortresses
draft when they
of
beat Genji
juggernauts. Alistar
with the
Sion
Zoe,
in
with the
front of
bubbles,
you,
and then the
and then you
Viego
make one
because I
mistake.
might be
Viego flanks,
misremembering,
gets
I
a
remember
reset,
it
the
was
game is
about
lost.
the initial
And they're going to try to put some pressure on this top side. Rest has the prio. Perfect is up here. You can see BDD is moving though. He's already heading up here. So Perfect just has
Okay,
to
Chad, I
delay.
need to sorry. I need to pause this for a second because something is happening.
Then quickly,
Again.
Ginger. Oh no!
Good for- Oh my God, perfect! Shoot them!
BDD has the sleepy trouble bubble.
Wait, I'm gonna play
Ginger
this,
is
okay?
gonna take a
No
little nap.
way. No way
Underneath
Ginger
the
dies
tower,
like
no
that.
one tanking it. The paddle
No,
start going
Ginger
wide. Still
misplayed.
damage onto Ginger. He's able
Wait,
to
chat,
walk
I'm just
his
gonna
way
replay this,
away.
okay? You know what happened? I think he tried to flash his Sion, but he missed. I think he tried to flash E, but he missed. Wait, look at this.
You can see BDD is moving though. He's already heading up here. So Perfect just has to delay.
Gotta kill
Oh
him quickly,
my-
Ginger. Oh, look at the Isham's impact, but he flashes over Perfect.
Oh,
he
but
flashes
he
away.
he missed
has
E
the sleepy trouble
flash.
bubble, and Ginger
He
is
missed
gonna
his
take a little
E-flash.
nap.
No,
Underneath the tower, no one
dude.
tanking it. The paddle start going
No.
wide. Still damage on Ginger. He's able
Okay,
to
I'm
walk his
gonna
way
go
away.
fast
In the
to
end, and
catch
exchange
up
of
now
summons.
to
That is
life.
heartbreaking
Oh
for
no.
CFO Junja this fight. This is risky for a CFO.
Sleep onto Honku. BDD
TP
doesn't
coming
have a
in from,
huge amount of
Takedown.
mana. Grub's begun again.
They will
by
flash on
Kaz.
Honku,
The
yep.
flash, headbutt pulverized.
Oh my God,
Up
man,
here,
that was
take
obvious,
a
but
medal,
Peter is
take
dead
a
for it.
prize impaled under the tower, but he takes the enemy mid laner down.
Okay,
with
Rest
him.
is a little bit
Rest trying to come
deep.
in from the side. He's going to get slept as well. A perfect nap for KT to
no,
collapse.
dude,
as
they're getting
Takedown
cooked.
takes the kill.
They're getting
Highway
so
chase
cooked,
down,
dude.
make it 3. KT secure the feats of warfare.
KT have woken up and chosen violence, picking off members of CFO everywhere on the map, and now they're going to move over towards their prize of these boy grubs.
And again, it's one of these situations
Wait, who is
where
Rest?
CFO
They're
is
using
not
two top
respecting the
laners.
map
They're
state.
using both.
You called it out, Rob. Look at the Caitlyn. Caitlyn is locked under her tower down here on the map, and we have the Ziggs, who's going to be TPing in,
Driven
adding the
and,
extra
and
mana.
Rest.
Just beautiful
Damn,
play there from
okay.
Peter. Uses the W taxi. And
That was a
then
really
Q
well played by
flash
Junja, but
forward
why
out
is
of that,
Rest going in
sets him up
there?
for first blood.
Like, it was
Does
1
lose
for
his
1
life,
worst
but
case, but then
Octavius
because
there, they
Rest
have the
died, it's
extra
also
member.
Kaiwing
They
died.
get the
Okay,
feats of
chat,
warfare,
I don't know
and
what's going
Honku's just
on.
caught snoozing. He is taken down from long
Okay,
range.
wait.
Proved very
Actually, yeah,
quickly
maybe
for
there's a lot
KT.
of Korean
It
people are
is
watching
really
Worlds
looking
or
tough
something.
already as
Bro.
Kaiwing gonna get spotted, and Peter's looking.
The sleep again. Honku's gonna have nightmares.
Nah, chat, they are like they are
Collapse
mentally
from
out
KT,
of there.
and
They are
BDD
mentally out of
claims
there,
his
man.
second.
The
This
best
is
Zoe in the world.
this
and
is
he's showing
just-
us
it
why
feels
relentless pressure
like
here.
one
This
team
red side draft
is
not working out at
so
all for
much
CFO.
better than the other
I mean, you
team.
look up, you gave
It is
over the Sion,
absolutely
you've
impossible to
created
play.
just excelling throughout the entire game.
And we've talked about it so often for CFO. If
Dogdown?
Junja and Honku
Wait,
can be
he's
on the
not
same
even
page,
looking where
they
he-
can do work, but
he's
KD
dead.
have shut them down perfectly. Dogdown flashes away the headshot.
Oh my
still
God,
in.
no freaking way he survives,
Peacemaker
right?
doesn't find its mark.
Okay,
Junja
Junja flashed
flashes
W, he gets
finally.
that kill.
Finds the shutdown.
Maybe they can
Kaz
even
now
look
on
for
the back
Kaz.
foot.
Okay, nice look by
Ults away
Kaz.
with that heartbreaker. A
Are they
magical
trying to
journey for
chase?
Junja onto Peter,
Junja
but
still has
another
ult, by the
blast
way.
kill will get them to safety. As Junja might try and collapse on BDD.
Bro, Junja is going crazy here, he's so tilted.
Catches Peter, slams him into the wall. The rest of CFO
Junja is just going in.
But there's the trample stun, a good impale.
Okay, Kaz.
Kaz able to flash away and
Flash
sleep
away.
onto that Skarner. Paddle Star just short of connecting.
They don't have damage
Finally
kit, I
gets
don't
down
think
on
Kaz can get
BDD.
a reset.
Peter falling low. Honku finds the kill. BDD
CFO is bringing it back, chat, CFO is bringing it back.
In the end, CFO will back away with 2.
The Flying Oysters.
Diego
are not
doesn't have
done
enough
yet.
damage to kill
They
Skarner.
knew that
Zoe is
Okay,
not
here we
something
go.
you want to give over easily. Already down to 4K.
Peter is trying to
Peter
zone
acting as a
Junja.
bouncer. Rest
This
trying
is
to
gonna
get in.
still
Junja
be a
going
play.
forward as well.
Peter
Good
is
pulverize
Peter
from
is zoning very
Peter.
well,
Stop
but the
with
ult is
attack,
good.
Sleepy trouble, but
Look, Junja gets it, Junja gets it. He got it. He is also on top of Kaz. Kaz is dead. I think he's a little bit of a draft cap in this team fight. That's 2 kills. Let's go, CFO. Oh my God, look at the rest flying in. Dogdown. Dogdown. Dogdown falls out.
The flash edge of Ishtar won't go any further with that Ishtar.
Okay, chat.
An ace in the hole won't be
BDD?
enough, but Rest still on the chase onto BDD. Forces him back underneath his tower.
It's gonna be an actual game, guys. It's not not gonna be a stomp. Look at Rest. He's getting stepped, but he's fine.
He slept. Satchel Trud's gonna knock him back. Decimating smash there as well. Rest used the tunnel.
And he flashes in, And he kill trades 1 for 1.
In the end, CFO turned the device towards
CFO
the
not only get the dragon, but also get the head out. Happen. And KT cannot land poke before the team fight starts. Look how tanky Junja and rest are. Like, it doesn't matter if Ziggs kills a Q or not, he's not gonna do a lot of damage to Skarner. So if the Viego doesn't get a reset, it's unplayable. It's a really, really hard draft to play for KT.
And that's the
flying
big
in
one,
this
is as soon as
crazy
you
as
get this Skarner into place, as soon as this Rek'Sai can actually get onto the targets, that's where they are so terrifying. And ideally, KT
Wait, is the
don't
driver
let them
dancing?
get into
Driver's
that
doing a little
position,
dance there.
but by over-grouping at the Dragon,
Ken is slowly getting items. Skarner's team seems rather unkillable.
All of a sudden, you're not
The
really
scaling
putting any
poke with
pressure
ult.
either on that front line, and Cuz
Honku close to Horizon focus. There's no real objective
really needs that first
besides
reset,
Atakan.
and there's
And
not
again,
any, like, point and
KT
click.
needs
You're
to
not
group
paired
and
with a
KT needs
Syndra,
to
an
buy
Annie, an
space
Ahri,
with the
anything
poke.
like that.
They are now
So
going
it's
as 5. This is good for them.
everything is, does your poke
Wow!
Oh my god, the Mega Inferno!
No way, no, no, no! Wait, maybe, look at the rest, look at the rest! He has the flank! Honku is dead!
Rest tries to dive in, but
Wait,
is
they are
put
gonna
to
die,
sleep,
no?
and all he'll see
Yeah, just
are nightmares of KT! A triple in the end for Dr.
No,
Another
bro, they're
sleep
literally
landing.
all dead.
And the
Perfect
chase
is
comes
running
out
at
from
him.
Perfect and from
Perfect is
Dr.
running at him! Oh, Honku! Honku! One more Honku! You have it! Oh.
A heartbreaker, a stake through the heart of CFO as KT win out the fight.
it's a taster
5
of what
for
CFO could
3.
have. But it's KT
5 for 3 fight.
who are
KT gets the
once
mid tower
again
as well.
Cooking CFO
Bubble
over open
connects
pick. The
onto
amount
Bard,
of gold and nourishment
and
they're getting out of this
instantly
roster
there's a
is
6 bomb and Zoe
insane
Q to
right
one-shot
now.
him.
I mean, we just got to see what the two different
Look
fights
at
look
that
like.
shot.
The abilities hit, and there is not a lot you can do.
He
Look at this beautiful
gets slapped.
sleep into the Mega
BDDQ,
Inferno bomb,
Ziggs
into the
Bomba,
Battlestar,
pop.
everything
Junja
timed
now is the target.
perfectly
He was
there.
trying to peel. He gets locked down.
That
Pop.
was looking
Now
clean.
Peter insects
And with
Togo.
him
Togo
gone
gets
already,
insect.
BDD,
Pop.
he's looking like he's got an aimbot.
Got
He's
it?
just point and click.
No ult.
With a tempered
Wait,
fate.
that's a dead
That
cow.
might be going
That is a
golden,
dead
but
cow.
he's gonna get skewered
Dogo gets
by
a kill, even
CFO.
better.
Atakan.
And there's Atakan. TP coming in from Dogdam.
Try to up the tempo.
TP going in from
TP
Perfect.
as well as
Has a little bit far.
call
BDD
for a
is
fight
2.
of their own.
You've got to wait for BDD. This wall could be devastating.
Oh,
He's so far
Dogdam-
away.
Dogdam's
The
getting
ultimates are
rooted.
flying, but Atakan is
though.
going down.
Honku already down to
This is gonna be a
HP.
flip, and I think they
Perfect
should
with
take
the
it.
Decimating
Just take the
Smashes
flip, take the
landed.
flip, take the flip,
Archon
take the
should be
flip.
secured in.
Nice.
CFO, they get it. The sleep lands, but only onto
Okay.
rest. Will
Now
KT
CFO can
continue
choose to back
chase,
out,
or
but
will
there's a
they
dragon
accept that
coming
this
up
fight
as
is
well.
not
So
for
do you
them?
want to fight this dragon or not?
Fantastic play from CFO. They get the
Honku
pick,
is
and
trying
they just
to land the
force
poke, BDD.
their hand,
Wow, that
immediately
bubble
start
was
the
scary.
Otacon, rush it down.
Do they
Don't
fight
allow KT to
Dragon?
get
They
set
are
up.
all
KT's
spotted.
coming so
BDD is
weak
gonna
when
have a
they're
really good
late to the
bubble.
fight.
It lands
This
on
is a
to
scratching
no
for target for
party,
CFO.
but
They
the
don't wanna give up
Q.
the area. Dragon's there.
Honku is so low, but so is BDD. I think this might be one for. Oh my god, BDD got popped! But Kaz gets a reset onto Quay. I don't know if he ever played Quay in his life. Maybe he doesn't know what Quay's abilities do. Okay, he used one of them and then he just instantly turned back. Kaz? Wait, Junja? What is Junja doing? Bro, Junja just got a free reset, what? No, this is a disaster. Rexa is dead too now. What the fuck?
For the KT Wolves, they'll get the kills. They'll clean it
25
out.
kills in 22 minutes, absolute fiesta.
They'll do that and take mid.
Kaz
CFO
7-1-3.
tried to salvage the play with Doggo and Rest.
Oh, Peter is
running
sniffing
as
him.
fast as they could, but
Okay,
it's KT
so it's Skywing.
And damage? Doesn't feel like they have that anymore.
Oh wait,
Honku the
Honku.
timing! Decimating Smash against the backup, they don't kill the tower! As Honku takes the drive to his demise, and now KT can look for more. BDD with a paddle star doesn't quite put Junja
Thank
CFO
you, you
back
fucking
away.
entered.
Perfect timing
What the
on that
fuck?
decimating smash semis. And they're looking for a pick on Rest.
I thought KT is called. But to be honest, KT had like a pretty easy tournament so far, okay? You know, KT didn't play against the best teams, just to be clear, guys. Banshee blocks Bardal this.
Take a tower of their own, can chase forward a little bit further. They do have a cannon minion here, acing the hole onto Dogdam. Now they retreat because KT are collapsing.
Oh shit.
But you still have BDD
Okay,
pushing that
BDD
bottom
is
side.
getting bot
CFO,
here too.
they're not able to get the tier 2. It would be BDD.
KT is
who's able
gonna
to pick up
face
that objective,
Genji
but
next.
CFO
Wait, Kaz! Oh my god, W by Peter, Cup saved it. Look at Honku has to flash away, Dog is that they have HP. Kaiwing is also very low. Kaz is trying to play for that reset right now, they're trying to kill Junja.
BDD gets Honku, and now KT
is going
can
crazy.
smell their victory.
BDD
What the-
arrives and CFO
BDD
dies.
is trying
The
to look for
Baron
that
is
kill,
next
the
on the
last one.
table here.
Okay, here we go. Rez is tipping in. It's gonna be a flip. It is a soul point. Rez is okay. Did poke miss. Perfect's buying so much space. They are zoning Junja, man. They zone Junja so well. Perfect. Like Peter is smurfing. He's a real cow. He has actually IRL cow. Oh, Kaz. Yeah, Kaz is that Rek'Sai. He plays Rek'Sai as well, so he uses that Rek'Sai to its maximum potential.
As they march down CFO and look for the semis.
Nah.
No one expected KC to be one of the teams that could push themselves forward, but at semi-finals in their eyes, their curses may be damned in this position.
Damn!
For the first time ever, KT
Is it over? I think it might.
To the World semifinals.
I think it might be it.
And with only Kaiwing left to watch,
I'm not gonna get excited.
CFO will be eliminated.
I'm not gonna get excited. Wait, KC they said? KC in semi-finals, let's go, man!
Kaiwing can do nothing but watch as KT take the Nexus Towers. The Nexus next, the KT coaster keeps on climbing. For the first time in history, KT are going to semis.
KT are going to semis, chat. It's over. Quick 3-0.